is Matthew Claxton. I'd like to introduce my audience.
Anna. Hope.
Mark.
Tyler.
So today I'll be discussing lamellar ichthyosis. Lamellar ichthyosis is a rare genetic skin disorder that affects 1 in every 300,000 individuals here in the United States. And when you jump to a global scale, it changes from region to region. And as far as Denmark and Norway would be an example of this, where the population affected is about 1 in every 91,000. The reason why I chose to research this topic of lamellar ichthyosis is because I was born with lamellar ichthyosis. And according to the United States National Library of Medicine, lamellar ichthyosis is caused by one of many mutations that affect genes that create proteins found in the epidermis. And according to the Journal of Dermatology, the TGM1 gene is the most responsible for lamellar ichthyosis. And the TGM1 gene is responsible for transglutamase. And transglutamase is your body's defense mechanism or barrier underneath your top layer of skin to be able to get rid of, ward off any infections or incoming bacteria. And there's other mutations that can affect and basically go right along with the TGM1 gene affecting your body's ability as far as lamellar ichthyosis. And these other causative mutations would be ATP binding cassette subfamily member A12, which is responsible for transporting molecules across cell membranes, and then ichthyosin, which is actually an enzymic activity producer. So without this enzymic activity from the ichthyosin, your body has no activity to be able to recreate and supplant these enzymes with the right amount of proteins, basically build these cell walls to create those barriers. And now I'm going to jump to the inheritance and the recessive and the dominant part of my skin disorder, lamellar ichthyosis. And the main reason I wanted to do this is because it was something I've been curious about my entire life. And as you can see above, the mother and the father both are LI carriers. And in this case, there's a 25% chance that their child will have no LI genes or any mutations in their blood. And then there's a 50% chance that their child will be carriers of lamellar ichthyosis. And then there's a 25% chance that their child exhibits lamellar ichthyosis. Now this is caused by the dominant, as shown as the capital B, and the lowercase b as far as the recessive. And then as I go down, this is my case. So I am actually the father, and then I would be the exhibitor of lamellar ichthyosis. So if I was to find a spouse that is a LI carrier, I would have a 50% chance of my children carrying LI, and then I have a 50% chance of my child exhibiting LI. So in this scenario, if my wife was to not have lamellar ichthyosis and not carry it at all of my children would be carriers, none of my children would exhibit LI. Now, according to the foundation of ichthyosis, first, symptoms start from birth. So now we're going to jump into the symptom side of lamellar ichthyosis. And now, when you're born with lamellar ichthyosis, you're born with a collodion membrane across your entire body, which almost resembles a plastic-like wrap around your entire skin. Now, once this collodion membrane is shed off, that's when your body really starts to become prone to dryness and tightness. And in some cases, even open lesions can be caused even from birth in these young individuals born with lamellar ichthyosis. And then after the stage of you having the collodion membrane shed off, the later years of the next couple years of the child, their skin grows rapidly. And with this rapid development of new skin growth becomes almost excessive in a point, because you start to see these large plate-like black scales on the children and even adults that don't properly exfoliate the upper layers of their skin. And now this actually goes right into another symptom, which is body regulation, body temperature regulation. And with body temperature regulation, it actually inhibits your body to be able to release heat. And in this case, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. So when you guys go outside and work out, you sweat to release heat. With an individual with LI, you cannot exhibit that same function in your body. Your body has no release. And the greatest visual representation I could give you is a sauna, for example. When you go into a sauna, you sit down, you have your towel on, you sweat profusely in that sauna. And as soon as you open the door, you are rushed with the cool air and you immediately start cooling off. Now, in this instance, with a person with lamellar ichthyosis, their skin is so thick, it covers all of their sweat glands. So if I'm going outside, or if I was to sit in a sauna, I would probably die in that instance. My body is the sauna in my situation. So if I go outside, my innards are myself, and then my exterior, my skin, is the sauna. And I have no release to open that sauna door. So over time, and as time progresses, it just keeps getting warmer and warmer and hotter, and these can cause organs to fail, cardiac arrest, and a plethora of different fatal actions that can go out through your entire body. And this is where I'm going to close. I really want to close with leaving a lasting impression on each and every individual in this audience right now. I would like you guys to have a grasp and understanding on lamellar ichthyosis, or if you were to ever see somebody with ichthyosis, you would know a little bit more background and to keep them from being alienated. And I really appreciate you guys giving kind ears and giving me amazing feedback today, and thank you for listening.